welcome back. It is Friday Favorites and Flops, and this is probably going to be one of the shortest videos ever because I have really not been wearing a ton of makeup this week. It's been really kind of a hard week to get any videos up or do anything. That's why you saw a lack of videos this week. My kids are starting school in a couple of weeks, and you guys know that that's when I'm going to be back and at it. But in the meantime, I've just really haven't been wearing a ton of makeup. So it doesn't really make sense for me because I'm not really going anywhere. The only makeup that I am showing is something that I wore the 2 times I did something like out at night. So, but yeah, I'm just not wearing very much makeup, and that's okay. My skin's loving it, loving the break. So today I did do a look using the Pure Love Your Selfie palette. Now, I filmed a full face using this palette. I absolutely love it, but it was my first time using it, so I can't include it in the favorites, but I do really like this look. That will be up on my channel. I really love that palette. It's a little bit powdery, but I do, if you like tap off the colors and stuff. So that's the other makeup product I wore this week. But the eyeshadow palette that I kind of went back to this week was the Naked 2. This was the one that I wore twice this week, and I really was feeling some cool tones. This is like always the palette that I reach for if I want to wear cool tone shades. I absolutely love all the colors in this palette, but like my most used when I'm going to go for a cool tone look, this matte shade right here in Tease in my crease. I put Verve, which is a really pretty silver, all over my lid, and then I smoke it out with Pistol, or I use Busted. So those are the 3 colors that I typically go between every time that I want like a cool tone look. This is like I said, if I'm gonna have a go-to for a cool neutral look, I always pull this out. My nephew's girlfriend actually messaged me and asked me like which palette she should get from the Naked line, the original, the 2, the 3, or the smoky. And I give this the same thing. If someone's like looking to get a palette, I always recommend like one of their first palettes be one of the Naked palettes. I've just always had so much luck with them. The 1 if you like warm tones, the 2 if you like cool tones, the 3 if you like rosy neutrals, and the 4 if you like, or like the smoky if you like smoky eyes. Even though that's probably my least worn out of all of the Naked palettes. I would say between 1 and 2 are my most worn, but it's just depending on if I want warm tone or the cool tone. Okay, another thing that I have pulled out recently and been wearing this week, if I wanted to wear anything on my eyes and mascara, which is typically what I do a highlight and mascara, like a highlight on my brow bone, my inner corner. I always do my brows every day. Like if I'm gonna just go run errands, if I'm gonna go out in public at all, I do my brows. That's mainly because I have some patchiness in my eyebrows right now because, you know, sometimes you just have a situation where you're like plucking your brows, you get super happy with it, and you're like close up and you think you've done yourself right, and then you pull the mirror away and you're like, what in the what? Like you did yourself real wrong. That's kind of what's happened to me recently. I never learned my lesson, to be quite frank, because this happened to me like 2 months ago too. So I'm really just having some eyebrow struggles. So to make a short story long like I like to, I always try and do my eyebrows if I'm going to go out in public whatsoever. But I also do highlight. So back to the point, this is what I've been using for all over my lids. This is the OFRA highlighter in Beverly Hills. You guys, this thing is so super duper pigmented. It has 5 different quadrants. You can mix them all together for a really pretty highlight, which I'll show you right there, or separately. So I use this white shade separately. That was just me touching it like just a little bit. This shade right here next to it, like just barely touching it. The pink, just barely touching it. If I want to use the gold on my lid, as you can see, these are super duper pigmented. So a little bit, like, I mean, they're just insane pigmentation. I just like did swatch them right there. Insane pigmentation. That's the highlight that I have on, and like I didn't even mean to go overboard on my highlight, but I did. Typically when I'm doing my highlight for this, I use the 3 lighter shades right here. And I just do a fan brush in there and go ham really on it. Super duper pigmented, and a lot of product picks up right away. So you do want to tap it off or kind of like move it off. I don't know. They're just really, really pigmented and nice. But what I love these for are eyeshadows, inner corner highlight, brow bone highlight, facial highlight, just a really, really great. And you can get like so many different shades out of this one palette or highlighter. So this is from OFRA. Like I said, I do have a discount code for OFRA. I believe it's 30% off. I'll leave the code. I think it's Mrslolalynn 30, and that will save you 30% if you're wanting to pick one of these up. Now they also recently came out with a highlighter called Rodeo Drive. It's a really, really pretty gold. I actually prefer this over that highlight just because there is a gold in here if I want to use that, and I just think that this doesn't have necessarily glitter a ton in it. It's just super duper smooth. Like I just blended those all in right there on my hand, but like it's just so smooth, so I prefer this one over that one. And that gold is a dupe. There's a lot of golds very similar to it. The formula is really nice, but if you are wanting to go between the two of them, I do recommend this one. Okay, last thing up is from Tarte. This is something that I got off the Tarte website. This is called the Scrublette. So it's just this silicone thing, and it has this little thing that you can hold it with on the back. And I just put a little bit of my cleanser on this, and I've been using the same cleanser that I've been loving recently. I talked about it in a favorites, the Coraz one. I love that one still. It's like what was it called? The Greek yogurt cleanser. I love it. I love the smell of it. I love the way it makes my skin feel. So I put a little dab of that on this and just massage it into my face. It helps like break up the makeup, and it just kind of scrubs. It's a little bit more gentle than like a Clarisonic. It's quicker. It's easy to pack if you're traveling anywhere and you don't really want to pack a Clarisonic or anything like that, but this is just a really nice like exfoliating thing to use with any cleanser, and you really just get schlupping off that dead skin. So I really, really like this. I like how small it is. It has like almost 2 textures on it, this one right here and then this one down here, so you can really kind of switch around depending on what you want, like what area of your face, like more sensitive areas. Over here I'm going to use the smaller bristles. It is soft, and then these ones are like harder little nubs right here, and I would probably use that like more like, I don't know, on my jawline and stuff, areas of the face that aren't as sensitive or thinner skin. I really like this. It's only $7, but I do think it's like a limited edition thing. Definitely take advantage of it. It's only on the Tarte website, so definitely check it out and pick it up. But like I said, I've been loving it, and it's like a great thing to use to like kind of just really work my cleanser in, and my face gets super clean afterwards. Because sometimes I find like if I'm just using my hands and kind of going slapping the water on and like massaging it in, there are some more remnants when I go in with the toner, but I have less remnants of makeup on when I go in with the toner after I've been using this. That is it for my favorites this week. I told you I only had a few. Hopefully you guys had a great week. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave your favorites down below. Subscribe to my channel if you aren't already, and I will see you all in the next video. Mwah.